You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever.
But when you look back at it, was the early stages of the first and third quarter really the difference in the game?
Yeah, it was. The sense of urgency has to be there to start the game. They got out to a early lead, and now it's an uphill battle the rest of the way. And we have to do a better job of starting games with a sense of urgency, running our sets with force, defensively executing the game plan. And first, 4 or 5 minutes, I had to take a time out there to get us reorganized. And then once we started to up our physicality defensively, get stops, we were able to get right back into the game.
Yeah, you cut it to one really good second quarter. Trey Murphy led the way. Just talk about how he shot the ball in the second quarter to get you back into it.
Trey was great. He attacked all night. He shot the ball. When he was open from wherever he was on the floor, they had to guard him. And then he did a great job of attacking their closeouts. So it's good to see him get on the floor and be as aggressive as he was, and we needed it offensively tonight.
In the second half, especially when you cut it to 5 and you were trying to get over the hump, it was just tough to get consecutive stops. Yeah. And that really, you think about it, and look, Tyler Hero was really, really good tonight, but is that the thing you got to string together some stops in that second half?
Yes, we do. That's what the game is going to come down to is, can you string together 2, 3, 4 stops in a row? And then offensively, can we go down, take care of the ball, and get a quality look? And every time we got right back in it, they made more plays than we did.
Willie, like you said, it was an uphill battle, but there was battle. And from getting down 17 right out of the gate like that, the way it's going for you guys, where is the battle coming from? What's that say about this group that they are still playing hard?
These guys they're high character individuals, high character team. And it's still a pleasure to walk into our practice court or shoot arounds and be together with this group from top to bottom. So the credit goes to them. They bring it every day, even with the difficult circumstances that we're facing. And tonight was no different. They stepped on the floor. They got out to an early lead, but you saw those guys battle all night. And, that's what we asked for. And hopefully we can get something to go our way. All right. Thank you. Oh, you had a question? All right.
Hi, Coach. This situation is the first time for you since you are working as head coach. My question is about how are you managing this tough situation, even now with all the trade rumors, everything. So what are you doing and how are you feeling about that?
Well, the biggest thing that I'm doing is, continue to trust in the Lord, trusting God, keep my faith in him, continue to stay steady as we navigate difficulties. And don't allow our circumstances to control your consistency. So every day, be consistent, on and off the floor, and take it one day at a time. All right, thank you.
Platitudes, more and more platitudes. What consistency? Shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of Pelican Postgame Report, a very somber episode of Pelican Postgame Report. Shout out to y'all, man. We in this thing, PPR. Pelicans once again lose another one. They stopped the press conference right there. Man, what can I tell you, man? It's almost like a bad episode of Groundhog's Day. It just keeps happening. Willie Green says the same thing over and over again. I just don't know what to tell y'all, man. It's his string is run out. He should have been fired some games ago, but we'll see what's going on, man. We got cowards and idiots running the team. What can I tell you, fam? I mean, what could I tell you? But anyway, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Please do me a service. Hit the like button. And by all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. PPR representing the flock and nation. Stand up. Pels cooked by Heat 119-108. They're now losers of 10 straight games. Not really a surprise. Pelicans now are 5-29. They come home for, I think, one against the Wizards on Friday night, and it's just more of the same. It's not a full game. It's not full effort. It's not 4 quarters worth of good basketball. It's 2.5. It's 3 quarters. It's 3.5. It's never full 4 good quarters of basketball to translate into a win. And then if his message is getting stale with just us listening to it over and over again, man, they done tuned him the hell out on the team. I can just tell you that. So big ups to you guys. Appreciate you. Let's kind of smack down on some of these stats because like we know, man, it is what it is tonight, man. Just a new year, starting the new year off with a loss is like the same stuff we seen the Pelicans do last year. Stats, man, hitting the stats brought to you by Tyler Hero. That's right. Tyler Hero was a hero for the Heat. That's who's sponsoring tonight's negative stats against the Pelicans. And of course, the Pels, 40 of 80. They shot 50% from the field. The Heat, 44 of 83 for 53% flat. The Pelicans were a ghastly 9 of 34 from downtown for 26.5%. The Heat hit 14 3-pointers out of 34 for 41.2%. Pelicans did convert 19 of 22 foul shots, 86.4% versus the Heat 17 of 21 for 81 flat, 38-31. The Heat win the rebound battle. They also win the assist game 34-25. They also beat them still 6-4. Pelicans did get 7-1 on the blocks. Heat had 13 turnovers of 20 points given up on them. Pelicans 11 turnovers, 11 points given up on them. The fast break game, Pels did win 21-8, 56-52 in points and paint game, but Pelicans, this team, the Heat, led the entire game. They just led the entire game. I was listening to the broadcast and they were talking about, I ain't gonna lie, I got kind of a little jealous to be honest with y'all. I got a little jealous because the commentator, I think it was Joel, was talking about the Miami Heat structure with Pat Riley being there since the middle 90s. I think they said he's been there since the middle 90s, 95 or something like that. Eric Spoelstra been with the Miami Heat since I think it's 17 years. And just the level of success those people have been able to contribute year in and year out. They had won championships back to back, but they've been a team that has given you problems. You see what I'm saying? They play hard. They're intelligent. The guy Eric Spoelstra uses his personnel to perfection. They are a hustling team. They're a 3-point shooting team. And I can only imagine. All I got is my imagination right now when we talk about the Pelicans, man. I can only imagine what a guy like Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley could do with the Pelicans have brought together in the city of New Orleans. I can only imagine what they would be able to do with the resources that we have. I can only imagine. There would be no issues with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson playing together. They would have a identity. It'll be a respectable organization. They'll force them to work harder. It'll be a lot more discipline and less excuse making. So I mean, I just can only imagine what we can do. But anyway, let's kind of delve into the individual statistics on this one, man. Ain't really much to talk about on this one, fam. This was a wire-to-wire type deal for the Pelicans. Tonight, Trey Murphy He had a pretty spectacular game. Trey finished with 34 points. He kind of kept everything going in the game. 34 led the Pelicans in 39 minutes, 34 points. He was 11 of 24 from the field, 5 of 15 from downtown. He was perfect from the foul line with Trey, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. 22 from CJ McCollum in 34 minutes, 9 of 16 from the field. He was 1 of 5 from downtown and 3 of 5 from the foul line. 5 assists, 4 boards to go along with that. 12 from DeJounte Murray in 31 minutes, 5 of 13. He was 0 for 5 from downtown. He had a lid on the basket. He was cold as a cucumber, but got 12 points, 7 assists, and 3 boards. He had 4 turnovers. And then, of course, Yves finished with 7 points in 29 minutes. He had 4 boards and 2 assists with a block. Herb Jones in 39 minutes finished with 8 points, 4 boards, 4 assists for Herb. Off the bench, it was Brandon Boston with 14 points in 20 minutes, 5 of 7 from the field. He was perfect from the foul line, plus 11 for Brandon Boston. And then not much else. Jordan Hawkins did get in the game. He played 20 minutes, shot 3 of 9. He hit 2 3-pointers, 2 of 5 from downtown, and finished with 8 points, 4 boards in the game, 3 from Javonte Green. Tice got in there for 18 minutes, did not produce a point. Really took a 3-pointer and missed it. Finished with 3 boards in the game. And like I said, man, we just another loss from the Pels. On the other side, man, Tyler Hero was the hero. You know, he did his thing. Jimmy Butler played just 25 minutes of the game, but really didn't need him a lot when they're playing like what they were playing. Tyler Hero, 40 minutes, finished with 32 points, 23 from Bam with 10 assists and 9 rebounds. Bam almost had a triple-double on the Pelicans. 17 from Duncan Robinson. He was 3 of 7 from downtown. 10 off the bench from Khalil Ware. And these guys just did a wonderful job, period. Just hustle, defense, shooting. The Heat just pushed the Pelicans clean out of that thing, man. So Willie Green got up to the Willie got up there and just said nothing, you know, more of the same. And he said he thanked the Lord and I don't know. I can't tell you, fam. Any respectable organization would have canned Willie Green by now. They would have fired him. You can't lose like this. You can't be 5-29 or have another team that fired their coach because they say they were underperforming at 13 and 18. And you have a team that's 5-29 and you're still keeping the coach up there. That's, you know, this is and then the crazy part about it is these are cowards. And I'm talking about David Griffin. His general manager is merely a puppet. The guy don't open his mouth. There's no insight coming out to explain to the support base what is going on here. What are you guys doing to fix the winning? I mean, the losing to get to the winning. What's going on here? Just radio silent. Don't want to get in front of you at all right now. Just running and hiding, silent as hell, hoping that they get Zion back, pick up a couple of wins, then they'll dip back after they win a few games and try to talk then when the heat's off. Cowards, chicken shit. That's I can't say no less. That's totally not respectable to operate. Because if you like to be in the spotlight, and we know you do, pop your ass out here right now and let's have a discussion about what's going on with your team. Let's have a discussion on why you still have Willie Green up there. Justify this. 10-game losing streak, 5 wins, and you're jumping into 2025. Justify what's going on here, please. But like I said, leaders would actually do that. They'll stand up there when it's going good, and they also stand before you when it's going bad. They wouldn't run from you and pretend like everything is all good. You know, so anyway, we're going to keep the pressure on you because that's what we need to do. All right, so anyway, fam, we're going to keep it moving. It's not going to be a very long Pelican post-game report today. We'll bounce back on Friday and bring it back. We got the Wizards coming here, 6-25 Wizards showing up here in the Smoothie King Center at 7:00 on Friday. We'll also open up the phone lines for the family members to chime out in on what they think about it. Had a pretty good stream and on our last Friday broadcast. A lot of the family members was just chiming in on thoughts. You know what's going on, and it's a lot of confusion. At the comments, shout out, I had to mention a comment earlier today. We kind of spoke about, here go DC popping in. We also had to, we kind of spoke about.
I made it.
Hold on,
DC.
I
made it to the only stats I care about. Did you talk about Trey Murphy yet?
No, we about to talk about
Everything,
all.
well, it's irrelevant. Everything else is irrelevant.
Well, hold on. Let me go over the stats all over again because you didn't hear them. All right, here we go. Let's go back to the stats. DC messing up everything. Let's go.
I'm all right. You can just do the box score.
I'm messing with you, DC. I'm done with the stats, brother. I was just
The
messing
stats were sponsored by
Guess who? Who was the sponsored by tonight?
what that dude? Tyler Hero.
Tyler
He was Miami's hero.
That's right. Now, but you know, DC. Go ahead. Before I was going to move over into the Washington game, man.
Wait,
kind of go over that.
What
But
Willie said? He was proud.
Willie says what Willie says, bro.
Was he proud of the guys?
He's a player's the honor or some junk or whatever the coach.
Wait, hold on. He said it's been an honor.
Something like that, DC. My ear shut off after a point.
That sounds like he might get fired. You talking about it's been an honor and all that?
Not really, DC. That man always say stuff like that, and you know it. Come on, you always say crazy shit like that. You know, he just, he thanked the Lord, and and it's always good to thank the Lord. There's nothing wrong with that. And simply what it is. But go ahead, bro. What's your thoughts on tonight's affair?
Oh, first off, man, condolences and just sending prayers out to all those people out there and on Bourbon Street, man. That's horrible. The city's still under a state of emergency, so it's just crazy out here. And hoping we can get past this, man, and get back to fun, the culture, everything our city's known for. But right now, it ain't looking very safe, man. They need to figure all that out.
Indeed, bro. A lot of craziness going on right now, man. We kind of sifting through it, man, trying to find out who this cat is. But it's a lot going on, man. No doubt about it. But go ahead with your post-game analysis, DC.
Well, I thought Trey Murphy played great. And every game, as usual, with the Pelicans, which is why we know we need a new coach. It's always a tale of two halves, and it's pretty much always been that way the entire Willie Green era. If we aren't pretty much blowing the team out, don't look for them to come back and actually win. Now, they'll come back and they be like, oh, they put up a fight. I'm proud of them. The guys hung in there, but we still got an L, right?
You do.
And this game is no different. It's the same thing over and over again. At this point, Willie is retarded because, you can't keep he got to be. You can't keep rolling the same starting lineup out there. Every game, man, we get down and we get behind. Some games it'd be like 20, 30 points. And we just roll the same shit out there and just keep trying. We know the end is going to end in an L, but, just make it entertaining, man. Shake some shit up, This game actually was entertaining, though, even though I said that. This was probably by far one of the most interesting games to me to watch as far as Trey Murphy. Just watching him make his ascension, man, to being, like I told you, Q, a 3-level score. You know what I'm saying? He definitely put the stamp on that tonight because when they got him out at 3-point line, he started to hit little floaters and attack the paint. He's getting to the free throw line. He's being ultra aggressive. It's almost like he watched the tape and he said, I'll be damned if I let CJ McCullough freeze me out again. And that was very evident. I just would have liked to see him had a nicer second half, but I understand that Miami really was trying their best to not let that happen. And CJ did get it going, but other than CJ and Trey, man, it's just we couldn't consistently find anything. But that's what I take away from this game, bro. I take away everything that happened with Trey. And even though we lost this game, I don't really care about losses at this point. Loss is a win. But this, in my book, is a win because we see a further look into the potential of Trey and what he could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? And you pair that with Zion, and he's getting all of these reps like this, and he's basically like our number one guy. I'm just very curious to see how this looks with another coach. When DeJounte Murray fully gets to be himself, because obviously I think he's dealing with some stuff. Maybe it's the things going on with his mom or whatever, man. Hopefully she has a speedy recovery and she's in good health. But he's off his game. Like I don't look at the trade and like we messed up trading for him. We should have kept Dice and all, because we wouldn't have did what they doing with Dice anyway. But I'm just waiting for him to be himself. You see this with Zion. It's like, what does Trey look like with that without having to play with the type of pressure he's kind of having to deal with right now? It's very interesting, man. So I think this is an extreme positive you can take away from this. No such thing as a moral victory. That's bullshit. But, player development and player growth is very real. And we're watching, a guy that basically been birthed here as far as his basketball life ascend to a full-fledged adult, man. And Trey going into adulthood and going into possibly being in a realm of being an all-star. I think if he can play like this, next season and we have some wins with it, Trey Murphy may very well be able to be an all-star.
Yeah, him feeding off of Zion's gravity would definitely be different. The game is easier for him and Zion when you got a guy like that, man, who's just progressing. I mean, that's about all you have right now, to be honest with you, in terms of prospects, of having some of these guys to grab a bunch of minutes while other guys are out. The Yves Messi card he got a lot of reps to build up. He's ahead of in development, in my case, how he's been running the floor, shot blocking. His understanding of the game has improved, and he looks really good. So Yves, Brandon Boston Jr. is another positive. So I mean, we got quite a few positive things in terms of players that's there. And you're right on DeJounte. Good observation on DeJounte Murray dealing with these problems with his family, with his mother, concerns about that, because you could definitely see his game is off, man. And I don't think it's entirely injury. I think some of it's psychological, even though he might not say that he's a professional, but you're still a human being before anything else. And that's definitely going to ride with you. No doubt about it. So,
no doubt.
So, we'll see, man, and how that happens going forward. But let's kind of move forward, DC, and touch on a few things, man. The Washington matchup is coming up on Friday. The Pelicans face a team that actually Washington is better than the Pelicans.
Say, Q, I'm actually excited. I'm excited to see the matchup indicator, Q. Like, I have no idea what that shit gonna say.
The matchup indicator. The matchup indicator says the Pels 53.4 versus the Wizards 46.6. 43.4 versus 46.6. And
they got 6 wins. They clearly the better team.
They are win-wise.
What the hell are they smoking that matchup indicator? Man, Jonas Valanciunas gonna have a big game. He gonna show us like y'all ain't keep me. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Poole gonna turn into Golden State Warriors Jordan Poole. Trey Murphy probably gonna have a good game, and CJ gonna shoot us out the game. And we're gonna take an L.
This is an L.
Most definitely.
I think they beat the Wizards. I would be. This is my first pick of the year.
You thought they was gonna beat Houston the second time?
Not the second time.
You always wrong this year.
No, hold on. I ain't said the second time.
Well, what's the last team you said you thought they was gonna beat? Because they lost, I'm sure.
I don't remember, bro. So many.
You don't remember?
So many losses, bro. I'm serious.
Hey, hold on. Let me look at the schedule. I think I might be able to figure it out.
For what point?
Whatever you say is just the opposite.
No, that's
you said they was gonna beat Denver. You was close on that one. You said they was gonna beat Denver. I remember that. You said they was gonna beat the Clippers. What I gotta give you some credit.
I didn't say
I got just a little bit of credit. Being with the Pels, you don't have a lot of credit.
Don't give me no credit.
I mean, the Clippers and Denver, that was 2 of our closest games. And you said they would beat them teams, but they did come to play those days.
Well, don't give me no credit for half.
But they still lost. So that means it's gonna be a close game against the Wizards, and we're gonna lose. Based on astute observation of when Big Q said they're gonna win.
I say they're gonna win, bro. I think they'll.
So that means it's gonna be a close game. You're gonna lose.
Okay. All right. I think they'll beat the. I think they're actually better than the Wizards despite the record. Pelicans 5-29, Wizards 6-20.
Stacey said they just beat the Bulls tonight, so that means they got another win up there, probably.
They beat the Bulls tonight. Okay, all right.
So they probably 70.
They snuck one. They snuck one on them.
They might be able to turn it around.
I mean, it's just it's just we can't put this team can't put together a full game. You know, they just can't do it. I mean, it's either 2 quarters, 3 quarters, or 3.5 quarters. They never could put together a full game, and that's what hurts them. You know, that the defensive breakdowns. We seen Tyler Hero with basically early on a layup line. I mean, damn, do play some defense, why don't you? I mean, you can't let a shooter just get there with the lay. You got to make everything difficult, and then their physicality, man. With Miami can shoot, and they're not afraid to get a little gritty with you, you know. And they kind of got physical with the Pelicans. Pelicans, you know, they didn't respond as well as you want, and sooner or later they drop a quarter that hurts them, and they have to play catch up. But then again, DC, this whole game, Miami led it from wire to wire, from end to end. So, you know, the Pelicans did get it down to a point, but then Miami just went up another notch, like Lex always talked about. They kicked it into a higher gear that the Pelicans can't find. Pelicans do not have a counterpunch.
No.
They don't have a counterpunch.
It's not that they can't find it, Q.
What is it then? How do you frame it?
Their gearbox is broken. I told you.
Okay,
it's
so
broken.
if it's broken,
they know where it's at. They know how to hit the switches. It's broken.
Then, you know, commonsensically, you don't have it, if it's broken, DC, you can't access it. You can't.
Oh, you got it.
You don't have
access it. It's
no,
just
you don't have it. No.
When you hit it, it do something. No,
when it don't do anything.
No, it does. It does. When they hit it, when they
turn on
it, when they flip the switch, they start bumbling and fumbling and fucking everything up. So it do.
Well, that's not going up a notch. Then that's going backwards. If anything,
it works in reverse. That's exactly.
They don't have another gear than DC, meaning they notch it up. They don't have a counter punch. Once a team level up, then they can't follow.
They have an excellent counter punch. Their counter punch is too quick.
The counter punchers start punching themselves. Is that what that is?
What Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get hit. Well, when the Pelicans get hit, they back down the court like crawfish. They just back up. They just quit.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about this game in particular with the Washington Wizards. You say so it's a straight up loss, DC. Straight up loss. Okay, just break it down. Give me a quick breakdown how I play.
Pelicans ain't winning the game till Zion come back. If Zion come back,
even against the Wizards, they got 2 games. They got the next 2 matchups against Washington.
They can't beat the Wizards.
Either game.
They're on the road.
You said earlier. If
they played them at home, I think you might actually be right. But with the fact that
they do play them at home,
what game they play them? The second game at home.
Friday is a game at home.
That's a home game.
Yes.
Okay, they may be able to. I still think they're gonna lose.
Crawfish.
I understand why you say they're gonna win if they play at home. I thought it was I could have swore it was away, but I still think they're gonna lose.
Crawfish your ass back and
my man Stacey said they on a 3-game win streak. I am not going against a team on a 3-game win streak with this goddamn Pels to think that they can do it.
Is that what Stacey said, or you're saying?
No, I'm just saying Stacey said they're on a 3-game win streak. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm not going against a team on a 3-game win streak to think that the Pels could beat them. I don't care who they are or who on the team. The people obviously know how to string some wins together. Have we ever strung any wins together this season?
The answer is no.
Right. We got all our wins sporadically. And I don't know where you saw that 3-game win streak at, Stacey.
They're on the 2-game. Well, they won Chicago. They lost.
Got a nice little pattern going now. Well, according to their pattern, we should beat them. You know, they win and they lose twice. Then they win and they lose twice. Then they win and they lose twice. But anyway, I still think they get an L, man. I just can't see Pels getting a win until Zion get back. Anything that they figure out how to do that leads to winning, they will eventually go away from it during the game and do the opposite. This is just what they do. If they keep it close at the end of the game, they will play an excellent 47 minutes. And in the last minute of the game, they'll just throw all that shit away. This is what they've been doing all season. I don't think that changes. I don't see them blowing the Wizards out. And I think at this point, that's the only way we get a win. We're gonna have to blow a team out or have like a 10-point lead with like 3 minutes left or something like that. If they're not capable of doing that, they're not gonna win. When it gets down to just fundamental basketball at the end of the game, we're gonna do something dumb at some point, something really stupid. It's gonna cost us a game.
Unfortunate, but true.
Well, who's the Wizards coach? And is he better than Willie Green?
Adam Keefe.
He sound better. I don't know him at all, but he sound better.
He used to play for the Jazz. You remember Adam Keefe? He's a slow-footed forward, would jump with a 3-point shot. It wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but Keefe.
He had a set shot.
Yeah, he used to do his little hustle thing, man. He got along with the Jazz, picked up a job there. He know basketball. It's just, I mean, Washington is similar in many ways to New Orleans, man.
You won me over.
similar.
You said something, and when you said that, it was very powerful. When we talking about him versus Willie Green,
What's that?
you said he knows basketball. I was like, enough said.
Well, the bar
Enough
is set
said.
pretty low, isn't it, DC? The bar is set pretty low here, man.
And you
But
could be walking. You could be walking like normal and step over the ball. You don't even have to lift your leg up.
but trip over the bar.
You
ball's
won't trip
on the
over.
ground,
No, you walk normal. You won't even trip over it. You just walking normal. You're gonna walk over that shit. It's like a crack in the middle of the street. That's how low the ball is.
Terrible. All right. Anyway, DC, let's well, you finished talking about that, brother. I'm about to move on to a couple of
Let's move on to something interesting.
All right, let's move on to it. Then this is Evan Sidbury, who's saying in exploratory talks on Pelican Ingram, on Brandon Ingram, the Pelicans are reportedly seeking a prospect draft pick and expiring contracts to dip under the luxury tax. With Ingram hoping for a team willing to offer a long-term extension, he could ultimately become a rental for contender. So DC, just a little bit more information. Evans Sidbury is saying that the Pelicans are reportedly seeking a prospect, draft pick, and expiring contracts to beat the luxury tax.
Okay.
So that's some of the stuff like that. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, the way I see it, beggars can't be choosy, man. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get all of those things, you know what I'm saying? But it would be nice. But we're kind of every day that goes by, we seem to be losing momentum in this Brandon Ingram thing, in my opinion, because the longer he's on the team and the closer you get to the deadline, the more desperate you are going to be forced to get, unless they have some type of handshake agreement with some teams that are maybe waiting for him to get back and see how he looks health-wise. That's the only asterisk I could think. But if we really don't have a deal in place already and they're just kind of, waiting to see, we want to see him after the injury because we need him this year type thing, then it's, man, you got to take whatever you could get, whatever that is, because what's the alternative? This is a situation where if we don't get anything by the trade deadline, are we going to just let him walk for nothing? Or are the Pels going to do something stupid and try to force themselves to re-sign him some type of way by getting off of CJ McCullough's contract? But nonetheless, no matter what they do, if they don't trade Brandon Ingram, then they have to trade somebody because there's no way they're going to pay the luxury tax.
No.
So is this a situation where somebody else maybe we weren't expecting gets traded?
Well, they have a couple of people, DC. I mean, I know they've been pushing CJ McCollum a lot. We've seen some of the footage of Brandon Ingram working out, in the background there when he was on the bike or something. I think he was pedaling on the bike or something.
Yeah,
to
he
stay
look
on the
like what
foot.
that little thing where they be putting over their legs. I think it put more oxygen in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he
So
had that on. I guess they're trying to pump up the blood circulation to his legs and get some blood to that ankle to heal quicker. So
yeah,
he looked to be in pretty good spirits. He had a big smile on his face.
yeah, he
You,
know.
you
Why?
showed the
Why?
fam the picture of him. We pulled it
Oh,
up.
nah, you sent that picture.
Yeah,
I didn't see the picture.
well, I thought I did.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, I got it. Got a big old Kool-Aid smile on his
There
damn
you
face.
go. He looked pretty damn happy to me.
Yeah, why would he
Uh,
not be happy? His team, he about to get out of here, man.
Because he might already. They might have the framework for a trade, man. This is possible. You see sometimes where they have things together, and they pull it off at the last minute for whatever reason. Maybe they're trying to add a third team to extend it out, or who knows, man. He don't seem upset. For somebody who's supposed to be losing a lot of money in the offseason, he don't look very pissed off about it, at least right now. Maybe somebody told him a funny joke or something.
Well, I mean, but DC, yeah, he probably laughing. That's Zion standing up there to his left there, matter of fact. I mean, to his right. That's
Oh, there's
Zion.
Zion up there?
Yeah, that's Zion standing up there. So he might be joking out with him. Not his giant and this little dude, but it might be the trainer there in between them. But that looked like Zion standing up there
You sure
next.
that's Zion? That's not what's your boy name? Derek Collins? You don't think that could be him?
No, I don't think that's him. Look like it. I don't know. I can't tell. I mean, it looked like from behind. I might be mistaken, but it looked like Zion to me. But but anyway, the thing is though, DC with all of the losing. I mean, and him on the trade block, it's like, man, he can automatically get to a team that's successful. I mean, that's a plus in this book because this team it's not doing it. It has no direction. It's just going to sit there and wait to see what kind of assets they'll get for BI. They say they have CJ McCollum on the block as well. So we'll see what this guy has up his sleeve, man, coming forward, because listen, that trade deadline, it's going to happen very quick. It's February the 6th, man. So, I mean, it's going to be here before you know it, man. So we'll see. And of course, Zion Williamson.
That's about roughly a month and some change away.
Yeah.
Ain't that long.
No, it ain't that ain't long at all. So
somebody got to go on the Pels, and somebody leaving. Even if it ain't Brandon Ingram, somebody's going.
Yeah, we covered it. We did the flash report talking about that.
Going.
Yeah, the reports were that the Pelicans are extra motivated to move Brandon Ingram.
Of course.
So there you go.
Do we really need to hear that shit? Like,
no,
is that really news?
Well, it is if you a person that's like, man, what the hell are y'all doing here? What's the
PPR is dedicated to covering the Pelicans, even though they stink. Like that's what it sounds like to me. Like, is it really news?
It would. Listen, DC, wouldn't it be? It'll look pretty bad if we the family would be like, where are the guys at? And then we pop up here only for wins, and we never do it again. We'd be worse than this stinking ass team we covering. You understand what I'm saying? We wouldn't be showing up for full quarter. I mean, we're actually showing up for full 4 quarters. DC, you want to pull out your goddamn $1 green. If anything you're looking for is us, PPR represents even in the stinkiest of circumstances.
Hey, come on, Q. Why would you disrespect us like that? We got blue dollars. We ain't got no damn green dollars. We got blue dollars around here.
All I'm saying is, bro, listen, the bottom line is regardless or not.
Double zeros, baby.
It ain't fun to do these shows when, we make it fun. We do, we talk and we joke and because we entertain the fam. But at the same time, it ain't fun to talk about the stinking ass Pelican, especially with the bad leadership and a coward chump and chump ass VP running around here. No plan, no direction, no nothing, no structure. You can't let a guy just sign a contract and be here. And then if things screw up, you don't penalize him based on his own record, which is sub 500. I don't get that. So, I mean, people and one of the family members, man, was saying, how is Griffin a guy? I think I commented to a guy this morning that was in the comment section talking about how was David Griffin at fault. I had to explain to this dude about it.
Is he serious?
He might be his cousin or his uncle.
Yeah, that dude was trolling.
Kinfolk.
At this point,
ain't nobody that stupid, DC. Come on.
At this point, even people who just love the Pelicans' dirty draws can see an issue with David Griffin. Like, I mean,
that dude was like, "How is he not coaching the team?" I had to basically
but he hired the coach, so he's responsible for
it. But see, brother, you're dealing with people that are in different levels of understanding when it come down to this stuff. And sometimes I'm a lot more patient. I'm working on that. I'm a little bit more patient than other times. And sometimes I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But this time around, you got to get it. It's too late in the game not to understand what accountability is. The team is not an accountable situation. If the team is stinking and it's bad, you need to step before the faithful and explain what's going on. And don't throw in any excuses. Tell them how you're going to pull the plan out. Let them know what time it is.
Q, now
and this is something that they're not going to do.
You funny, Q.
Just saying. That's a part of accountability.
Tell them how you gonna pull the plan. You know them.
Yeah, tell them we about to execute.
You know them people ain't got no goddamn plan, bro.
Bro, well, that's the point. So you're gonna be held accountable one way or the other. If it's not by Gail or that dumb Lauscher, it'll be by the support base where you get your money from. So we're gonna hold. So somebody, it's a universal principle. Somebody got to assume the job. Either it's gonna be them or it's gonna be you. So it comes down to it, and then sooner or later, if they're not competent enough, it'll end up being you. And we'll take it, we'll do it, and then we'll whip you into shape, just like we doing the Saints, and we're gonna continue to do the Saints that. So I mean, it's just what it is, man. We just that's the role. But yeah, this is something that has to, the team. People want to know, what are you doing to stop all this stuff? Why isn't Willie Green fired after a 5-29 performance during these games? Why is he still here? When coaches are a lot better than Willie Green, they have double his wins. Almost triple his amount of wins are in the street. I could have put dollars of donuts, DC, that he would have been the first guy fired. Not Mike Brown, wrong color. Should have been green, not brown. Even though he making the team turn into brown, he putting them in the dirt. Ain't nothing green about what Willie got going on. Maybe his philosophies is very green. His logic is very green. But what he doing to the team?
Obviously, because we sitting up there, Willie been losing since losing been losing, and he hasn't changed a thing.
He ain't done nothing, bro.
He changed nothing. He just,
even when you get Murray back, you get floor general, you don't even play through him.
We get Murray back, and then next thing, Jose Alvarado, man, they put up a tab on the screen. It's like, look at these games with Jose. We won these games. Look at that win percentage. Then look at the games without Jose. We just don't win. We need him back.
Come on, man.
I'm like,
dude,
man, Jose is maybe like our 8th, 9th guy on the bench.
Right. He wasn't right. Come on, man.
I will say this: the way Jose plays,
talk about
the energy that he brings, it does lead to winning basketball. Like, I give him that. He plays a winning style of basketball,
Why is Jamal King still on the team, DC?
Why who?
Jamal King. Why is Jamal King still on the team?
Because he looked like a cross between Willie Green and who the dude that be doing the pregame show?
Wesley Johnson.
I'm
trying to figure out who drier. Who's drier?
He look like an in-between between
David Wesley.
Hey, at this point, bro, I'd rather have David Wesley back.
Who's drier, dude?
David Wesley.
I think Wes Johnson and David Wesley need to come with a side of gravy, dog. Them dudes is so dry.
David Wesley was more corny than dry. Like, he actually would say a lot of things basketball wise. Well, I'd be like, yeah, he's absolutely right. But it wasn't entertaining the way he said it, but it was true.
I was so glad when Antonio Davis came forward, man. I was like, man, I was so good because we were saying Johnson, that before.
Bro, I can't even watch it now with Wesley up there, man. No. They don't even tell it. They don't even tell the truth. It's like they live in a bubble. They be talking like the Pelicans are winning or some shit.
They be smiling and shit. What y'all smiling so much?
You ready to see CJ go out there and get cooking today?
Man, I got to check after every broadcast. The hell what y'all talking about? It's just a job to me.
It's like, man, I didn't think it was possible to pump extreme positivity when you were 5 and 28. But they doing it. I don't know how many views they get, but they doing it. It's like, come on, just be honest. Like, I understand they
They
have a
can't
right
be
to
honest,
cover the
dog.
team. I know you
Right.
got a right to cover the team in a certain way, but I mean, they don't. It's like they don't even talk about the woes of the team. Really, they just only point to the
They ain't got
positive.
enough time. They ain't got
Oh,
enough time to sit there and talk about the woes.
Zion is doing on court activities, and if he gets back, we could see a real change.
They
Like,
always folded to Jose come
bruh.
back, we gonna start winning. I'm like, dog, you got Murray, you got McCullum, you got Herb,
Thank
you
you.
got Trey back for the second
Jose
time.
averaged about 7 points a game, man. You
But
can't tell me
his
him
energy
coming
and
back alone is
his
going to
rascalness, his
rascalness. Jose is a goddamn little
his
rascal now. What the hell is going on here?
his Chihuahua ability is what's needed right now to help the Pelicans fight.
We need some GTA Jose Stills, huh?
That's right. And then you're gonna see it all turn around, DC. What's wrong with you?
Stacy, the injury excuse is not dead, dog. They still. Oh, I'm sorry, 504 Cole. That's right. There's so many losses, man. It's hard to keep track.
It's hard to keep track.
504
bro.
say we 5-29, not 5-28. And you are right, my brother. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm gonna just do what I've been doing. I'm gonna round that shit on up and just go 5-30.
So
5-30.
I can't believe you said. Well, then again, it is because yeah. I say I said the Pelicans
Man,
beat
these people
Washington.
ain't won a game. They ain't won a game in damn near a
You
month.
see, that's the point. It's time.
We on a month losing streak, dog.
It's time. It ain't been a month. They won on the 12th or whatever it was. They beat the Suns. I told you that the last time. They had one win last December, and it was against the Suns. They beat them by 2.
What day was that?
It was I forgot the 12th or the 12th or the 15th, somewhere along. Just look up the last time we played the Suns.
I gotta go down so many goddamn games before I find this.
Bro,
shit.
go play the last win. It was against Phoenix. They beat Phoenix by 2. I think it was in the Smoothie King Center when they did it.
What's the date on Q? Like I said, they ain't won in damn near a month. It's
What are you
4 days.
talking about?
That was December 5th, bro.
Bro,
We 4 days away from January 5th.
That's why
You
they're gonna
realize
win.
that?
I know, bro. Listen, I get you, but I'm saying that they're going to win because it's time for them to win. They lost 10 games. They got
based on what? So you got this
Based on-
magic. You got this magic philosophy that
Why-
sometimes things just don't fall your way like Willie, and it's
Well,
just
hey.
magically gonna fall our way now
Hey,
because so much time to pass.
it worked for
You gonna
Washington.
stumble into a win.
It worked for Washington. They have a pattern where they lose 2 or 3 of them, win 1, lose 2, win 1. If Washington can get a pattern, why you can't lose 10 and win 1?
They can break that pattern against us.
I'm not saying that they're gonna dominate them, DC. I just think that
we lose.
they probably will win.
We lose for a month.
I don't
and then
think
we
they
get a win.
beat.
That's our
I don't
pattern.
think they beat them both times. That's the crazy part about it. Even though Washington is seen as the worst team in the NBA from a talent standpoint, I don't even give the Pelicans. I give them a win at home. They have to then travel to Washington. I think it's Sunday to play the Wizards, and I wouldn't even give them credit for beating them both times. That's how shabby this is. So I mean,
this is the draft day championship here coming up on Friday, bro. That's what
I say they get a win. I say they get a win against Washington on Friday.
It's gonna be the most unenthusiastic basketball you've ever seen played.
They're gonna be fighting their ass off for this game, man. You're gonna see.
Really?
For real. They're gonna be fighting their ass off. 2 games ago, they was fighting, DC. Come on. Remember? They was fighting their ass off for the game. They just can't finish it. They don't have an extra gear. So I mean, in the end, I think and you don't need an extra gear to beat the Washington Wizards. Come on, man. The Washington Wizards. Nah, the Washington Wizards. They gotta win tonight.
They're better than you right now. You are what your record says you are.
Oh, okay, well, they both
one game and 4 extra losses. Don't forget the 4 extra losses. Don't forget that.
4 extra losses. Where are you getting that from?
Washington like 6-25, ain't they?
You just played more games than them, bro.
4 extra losses. We had more bites at the apple and we ain't get shit.
That's terrible, man.
All of what it is, man.
Listen, DC. That's it. Okay, you call them both losses against Washington. You're gonna stick on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
After the 2 losses to Washington,
I'm gonna say they're gonna lose every time until Zion come back. I think when Zion come back, we finally get a win.
Okay, granted. Okay, I got that. I got that noted. Okay, now if they lose both times to the Washington Wizards, do the Pelicans then fire Willie Green as the head coach?
You know what? Maybe it's a new year. They might have a resolution. You know, they're tired of being abused. Enough is enough. I'm turning over a new leaf. I done made my New Year's resolution, and you know, he got 2 chances. You know, maybe, bro.
I hope so.
Maybe that's what it is, you know.
I hope so, brother. I'm so sick of
Maybe Zion say he not coming back. It tell y'all fire Willie. And that forces them to fire Willie the next day. Because I think it's really that easy at this point. It just take a little extra resistance, you know. He like a man on the edge or a man walking a tightrope 10,000 feet in the air. Like it don't take nothing but a strong gust of wind and that shit all over, bro.
Very terrible, DC. Very awful, brother. Very awful.
Sar versus Misi. And speaking on that, Q, you go. We can talk on the number 1 leading rookie on the rookie ladder at this point right now. So it goes Misi, Sar, and Zach Edey at this point right now. Got an excellent article that Big Q doesn't look like he feels like reading, so we're just gonna skim on through that.
DC's narrating it. Go ahead, DC. You doing good. Keep narrating. Go ahead.
And looking at the latest rankings on the season, Misi is averaging 9.4 points, 8.5 rebounds, 1.4 blocks per game. He was last number 2 on the rookie ladder, and obviously his draft position is number 21. Misi leads the class of 2024 in rebounds, offensive rebounds, 3.9 per game, and double-doubles. He has 7 of those, and ranks 3rd in the NBA in blocks per game, 1.4. He's not impacting winning, but he has the folks in New Orleans excited. Said teammate CJ McCullough. Really, that's kind of messed up that y'all got CJ quoted like that. So CJ said he's not impacting winning.
No, CJ didn't say that, did he?
That's what they just.
He said he's not impacting winning, but he has folks in New Orleans excited. Said you see, McCollum did say that. He's probably surprised himself from the first day he got. Who the hell does CJ McCollum think he is, man? Hell, he think he is.
I think it's funny, Q. You know, you gotta enjoy the season at this point, man. CJ just leaning into that shit, man. The hell with it. He won't be out of here too. He don't give a shit about us.
Well, give up some of that
ready to go, man.
Pack and ship, man. Give up some of that money. We'll get you packed and shipped real quick.
Oh, you know, CJ hold to that money like a pillow at night. That'll help him sleep good, bro. He ain't giving them no damn money.
On a bed of money.
He trying to figure out how to make more money, man.
And wine. And
I ain't mad at him, bro. They was stupid enough to give him that dumbass contract. I ain't mad at him for signing it. I'd have signed it. Shit.
Well, it wouldn't have been bad if you had somebody that can actually help galvanize the team into doing some positive stuff. That would have worked.
That is a hell of a quote, man. We need to save that one, though, bro.
We will remember that one.
Y'all remember that. He isn't impacting winning.
But he has folks in New Orleans. CJ, are you?
I think CJ want Daniel Tice to start or something.
Like, hey, CJ, are you impacting winning here in the city of New Orleans? Are you impacting? No, you're not. He put up 30-something points in a loss 2 games ago.
CJ be shooting us out of games. That's right.
Right. Dancing around, doing crazy shit, pass the ball to Yeeves. He the one threw that dumb ball to the Yeeves.
Man, CJ came out tonight after we was you know, was playing pretty solid the first half, man. He came out tonight in the second half. He had 1 possession where he just started fucking everything up. He ran down there, took a dumbass shot. Then he went down and he almost fixed it. He got a turnover. But instead of just holding the ball, CJ tried to do some fucking volleyball pass to Trey. And then they get the ball, and that shit turned into a 3Q. And it was just downhill.
A lot of CJ stuff is just very confusing. Like he just vibes on his own. Like he got a beat going in his head. He's on his own beat right now. He goes down the court, jacks up a shot. Man. Man, that boy go down a shot and jack the shot up before they even get a play going on.
People in the Pels community call him a terrorist, man, and it seems very terroristic because what CJ does.
Let's not use that word, bro, today. Let's not use that word today. Let's do something else.
But I'll just explain my point. I ain't got to say the word again. But see what CJ does, man. He'll go and he'll do like 3 things right. And you're like, damn, man, this shit might could actually work with CJ.
He ain't no
Man.
dumb man, bro. That's how you know a
Exactly.
lot of
And
stuff is great.
you'd be like, damn, this shit could work with CJ, a good player, right? And then you get to like a crucial point. It's like a game changing moment. It don't have to be the end of the game or nothing. It's just like you right there on the brink, and he's like, oh
Right.
man, they passing, and they doing this and they doing that. Look at the Pels, and then out of nowhere, for no apparent reason at all, CJ just start jacking up shots. He just start jacking up shots, just doing dumb shit.
I know.
Break
Bro.
the whole rhythm of the team. I'm like, why? CJ, he wide open. What are you? CJ, that guy just made our last 10 points. Can't you give him a look? Who knows, bro? You just out the blue, too. That shit be random. It be random, bro. I don't know. I wonder what his halftime routine is, because a lot of it be in the second half, too. He be tripping in the second half a lot of time.
I know, bro. It's we.
You think he be tired? Did he just do dumb shit because he tired and maybe he want to get subbed out or something? It really just don't never sub him out the game?
No. Were you talking about McCollum?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that, DC. I actually think after a long period of time, I think CJ McCollum sometimes be thinking that he's doing something to kind of get the team going, because they don't have a steady offense that flows around nobody. You know, it's like it's an ad-lib type system. I mean, they call it something, but it has no discipline at all, because they don't rely on it consistently for it to do anything. Like, at certain intervals of time, if you got a floor general, everything is supposed to go through your floor general. We see the times with CJ orchestrating the offense with DeJounte Murray playing off ball. I'm like, hold on. That's, we need off ball CJ, because DeJounte and his role with, and it's just, and Willie Green just sits up there and watch it. That's why I'm like, man, listen, bro. Is what you got and what you got going on is just not working, because nothing is consistent. You can't rely on it. People don't know what to do in certain periods of time, and it's just stupid. Like, we had the play where you seen Trey. Trey was like what 5 to 6 to 7 feet from the 3-point line, and they weren't circulating the ball. And then the guy gives Trey the ball late, and Trey has to take this really difficult 3-point shot that the Heat had him push 7 feet off, and he just put it up there because of the clock. And I'm like, man, it's just really insane. So when Willie Green comes out and he says the stuff during the press conferences about all this, and I'm like, man, this guy is not whatever he think he's doing is just not. It's not working. Everything's inconsistent. Even his defense. When you talk about his defense, the Tyler Hero layup line that we seen today, other guys layup lines. I mean, how? If
but Big Q, he get a block and a steal every so often.
Yeah, but DC, I'm saying it could be a lot better. It could be a lot more. I mean, listen, they can actually do a lot better if they actually had a true defensive principle that they would stick to, as opposed to doing the unintelligent switching crap that he likes to push. And he doesn't believe in unintelligent switching. He believes switching everything. That you can move anybody on anybody at any time, and you can see guys that go and attach the ops will attach themselves to their guy. DC, you've seen this all the time.
Yeah, I noticed how
grab
many
their guy
they
and
wind
push
up on a power forward.
Right, and then you see us. They will institute the matchup that they want to have. They will literally institute the matchup. So they'll go up there and they'll push their guy, and their guy push on the Pelicans man, and the Pelicans man would then go along with them. I'm like, hold on. They basically set up the switch that they wanted. What part of the game allows them to get the switch that they wanted? That's stupid switching, Willie Green. But you never hear him talk about unintelligent switching, because it doesn't factor in his mind. You cannot switch all, because you'll eventually switch yourself into a matchup that will benefit the ops. That's what I'm saying, man. So the guy never capitulates that. So, I mean, good coaches, or any coach that got a sound concept of what they do, could beat Willie Green outright, because when it come down to the crunch time, his team don't have no counterpunch. They don't have a second, like we talked about gears. You say the gear box is broken, or it goes into reverse, or whatever the case may be. It simply is what it is.
The chain slip off the bike every time they go to their high.
Every damn time, DC. Every damn time.
So it worked. It just don't work right.
Right.
But Stacy said, remember, Willie Green admitted he ignored him. That's right. He was in a press conference and they asked him about the last play of a game, and Willie said he drew something up and they disregarded. I forgot how he worded it, but I remember that, man. That was I think the Denver game.
Oh, you talking about
that
throw
was
him
the
under the
Denver
bus?
Willie Green said, CJ ignored him, but he liked the look. It was a good shot. It was a good look. And it was not a good look.
If you coach, DC, when you coach,
it was a horrible look. It was a horrible shot. He shot the ball. I think they had like 2 people on him, man.
Of course, but he said it was the shot. He defended the shot.
Talking about it was a good look.
He defended the look. Yeah,
it was either that one or the other one he shot a damn elbow.
He defended that too.
And Willie Green defended that shit. Man.
He defended. He always defends he just defends the nonsense. That's why people don't respect what he says, because it's too many times where he said stuff that make no sense. That shot was a bad look. So is anything as a bad look in Willie Green's mind? Is it anything that you can't switch all in his mind? It's not no such thing as a bad shot, because his philosophy is if we got to get 40 shots some kind of way. And that is the philosophy. As long as we can get 43, that's what he told you. We try to get 40 shots. So a lot of them gonna be bad shots. And he won't say it's not a bad shot because we're trying to get we're trying to get 43-point attempts. Makes no sense. It is stupid. If they're stupid shots, he's gonna defend them every time. Unintelligent switching, unintelligent coach. No disrespect, Willie. Your time's up, man. Your time's up. But anyway, DC, let me finish up your article here. The ranking stats through Tuesday, December the 31st on the rookie top rookies here. What is it? The rookie ladder. Surgeon number 1 spot. Yeeves on top of that thing. 9.4 on the points, 8.5 rebounds, 1.5 on the blocks. Last polling, he was ranked number 2. 21st picked Yeeves doing his thing. Alexander Saw he's second. Zach Edey's third with 11 and 8. Sar is 11.6 and 6. We'll see that matchup coming up soon. Stephon Castle, 11 points, 3.6 assists is fourth. Jalen Wells from Memphis is 11 points, 3.2 rebounds, just under 2 assists. Richard Shar from Atlanta, who was number 1, averaging 11 points, 3.4 rebounds. Tristan Da Silva from Orlando, 9 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, almost 2 assists. Bub Carrington, DC, another guy from Washington, we'll see, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. AJ Mitchell from OKC, 6.2 points, 2 rebounds, almost 2 assists. And Dalton Knecht from the Lakers, 10 points, 3.5 rebounds, 1.1 on the assists. He rounds out the top 10. So Yeeves is putting in work. He's putting in work. So this is like we talked about. One of the few bright spots that we have during the season is what Yeeves has been able to do with all of the minutes that he's been given. The Brandon Boston thing has also been very positive. So it's just the few bright spots that we can kind of link to. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get ready to kind of get on out of here. We got Lexxah, you there?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, Lex? Lex, this is I know
you showed up late like the Pels.
Like DC, this is time for stats.
No.
Lex, I got the stats. You missed the stat portion.
She made sure she was. I don't blame you, Lex.
Okay, Lex, we got to go over the stats. You just popped up, so we got to.
I missed the stats too, Lex.
Okay. No, I wasn't trying to miss the stats.
Hold on, Lex. We got to go over the stats. We got to go over the stats once again. For Lex,
it's about that time to do hair, so
Okay.
I was preoccupied.
All right.
What the stats look like, Big Q?
I'm just messing with y'all. I did that to DC when he popped up. But yeah, we don't have to go over the stats again. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, give us your thoughts on what happened tonight.
The Pelicans, they ended or started this year the way they ended last year. The script was the same. They kept the game close, and they didn't have another gear. But they stay consistent in wherever gear they were in. But the thing is that with these teams, they already know that if they turn it up just a little bit, that the Pels are not going to change. They're going to continue to do the same thing. And then what you all were saying about, Willie, he's said it many times, and it's confirmation every single time. Willie believes in what they're doing. I think he even said in his last presser that, as long as we keep doing what we're doing, win or lose, and he did say that, doing what they're doing, win or lose, we're going to be fine. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. I'm like, dog, first of all, you can take out the winning part.
Read the room, bro.
Okay? Like, you can take out the winning part because you're not doing that. You said win or lose. In order to have a choice, you have to be doing both, but you're not doing that. It's losing. So apparently, like, that don't make no sense. We just got to keep doing what we're doing, win or lose, and we'll be fine. Like, no, you're not fine. You're not.
Willie
You're
Green
not.
follows the Dennis Allen coaching handbook. Just keep doing what you're doing.
But that's crazy. That is a losership mentality. That is a losing mentality. To think, hey, as long, we're playing the game the right way. Apparently you're not if you keep losing. So what that tells me is that you are in full embrace mode of losing. And you are perfectly fine with that. Because if what you're doing is not impacting winning, that's insanity. You're crazy. You're not trying to win. I mean, you've accepted, that you're basically going to lose. You're not trying to change anything. And the thing is, other teams know this. That's why with the Wizards, trust me, the Wizards, when they see the Pelicans, they going to be smelling barbecue chicken. And I know you like barbecue chicken, Big Q. I know you like barbecue chicken, but they going to be smelling barbecue chicken. I understand the Wizards have 5 wins, but the Wizards are at home. They're going to be looking at the Pelicans. Hey, man, we can beat them. They got 5 wins just like us. And we at home.
Wait. They have 6 wins, Lex. They have 1 more win than us. And
they won tonight?
And they have 4 less losses than us as well.
Okay, yeah. So that supports what I'm saying, DC. They gonna smell barbecue chicken. They're motivated too. They trying to get some easy wins, just a win. But against the Pelicans, let me tell you something. They, like I said, that little bit, if they just turn it up just a little bit in that second half, y'all got that W in the bag. Ain't no question about it. Ain't no question about it. Willie's not going to change anything. He's not going to tell them, hey guys, we did well in the first half, but we got to do more in the second. Mm-hmm. We can't play like we played in the first half. The first half is gone. The second half, you got to turn it up. You got to turn it up. You got to do everything that you did good in the first half, but it has to be more. It has to be 10.0, 20.0, 50.0. And that's what he's not telling them. No, he's like, hey, guys, that was a great half. Let's do the same thing that we did in the first half. No, that is the worst thing that you could tell this team. That's the worst thing. We don't want them to play the same as they did in the first half, Willie. Because the other team is making adjustments. And one of the biggest adjustments is they turn it up to another gear. That's what the problem is. You can't play the same way in the first half. You have to give more. It's crunch time. You got to want the win more than the other team. And right now, they're just complacent, man. This gets on my nerves. Who hired this dude?
Oh, you know the answer to that. You know who hired him, Lex.
Griffin Green gotta go. Griffin Green gotta go.
Out of here.
Oh my gosh. But they ain't about to get rid of this dude no time soon, man. Like I said, I feel like at this point, this might as well be like 10 jars of molasses. That's how long it's gonna take for them to get rid of Willie Green. And let me tell you something, that molasses moves so slow coming out that jar. It really does. Big Q, are you okay?
I am good. I was just thinking about when the date is coming for us to see the announcement where Willie Green is no longer a member of the New Orleans Pelicans, and I have absolutely.
I think the city gonna throw a parade.
No.
I don't think they will, DC.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
there's so much going on,
keep
bro.
your money. Keep your money. Don't spend no money on no decorations, on no tissue, and whatever. Keep your money. They got a lot to do.
Yeah. Like I said, I think what we've seen here is just unbelievable. So I mean, at some point, they got to make a move of what's going on, and they seem to be focused on making a trade, thinking that would add extra resources to help the team out. Zion Williamson coming back, and then once all that happened, they'll pick up a few wins. Then you'll see them jump from behind the curtain and start talking again, because this is not how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to just not say anything to the support base and just feed a bunch of BS. I mean, this is not how you're supposed to do it.
Did they interview Trey Murphy tonight? I saw his picture down there at the bottom when you was sifting through stuff.
I'll pull it up, DC. But go ahead, Lex. What you gonna say? We'll listen to what you're saying, and we'll Dirk out on this.
I'm looking at DeJounte, man. And I know DeJounte really doesn't, he don't look great right now, the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at his game within this system right now, in comparison to how he was with Atlanta, in comparison to how he was with the Spurs, when you say that, his game was definitely like 10 times better in Atlanta and way better at the Spurs, because it seems like, I understand he's been getting steals, he's been having glimpses, but I just feel like this whole philosophy and this system that Willie has, it does not fit DeJounte at all. I just don't feel like it does.
I mean, he's not fulfilling what he said he was going to use DeJounte.
I don't think it fit nobody.
Yeah, it's not organized, man. I don't think any basketball player that thrives off structure would appreciate what's going on with the Pelicans offense, to be honest.
This system worked great with Chris Paul. That's what they was running it based off of out of Phoenix with Chris Paul, and I think the way he plays versus the way DeJounte plays is different. So I definitely could see
the only thing about that is that, I don't know, man. Let me think about that before
let's hear from, this is about less than 2 minutes, from Trey, player of the game from the Pelican side of things. His thoughts on the game. Here we go.
It's unnecessary. It is a true shame, and it's people trying to enjoy themselves, and going to the new year with a different mindset. And now there are a lot of families that have to deal with this tragedy, and I just have a lot of prayers. My thoughts go out to those families, because it just doesn't make sense, and stuff like that shouldn't happen. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about going to Bourbon Street, enjoying yourself, and then ending up having to lose a loved one.
I know you guys are professionals, and it was a game, and you obviously played hard, but how did you compartmentalize a game versus what's real in your city?
No, it's about being professional. I mean, I was nervous and scared because my mom was back home. She was downtown. My chef was back home. She was downtown as well. So the whole time I'm just nervous, and you're just so scared there. hear the answer. But then as soon as you hear the answer, you feel like a little sigh of relief. But there's a lot of people that didn't get that sigh of relief today. So
How did you hear of it this morning?
I want to say one of our, I think Swing Cash, she texted our group and told us about it. So let's check on everybody. And so that's how I heard about it.
You guys got down 17 pretty quick and fought the whole way. And you guys have, to your credit, have been fighting. Where does the fight come from in this group when it's the record obviously is not what you want, it's not going the way you want? Where's the fight still coming from?
It comes from within. I mean, we have to. We're undermanned right now, and a lot of those times when you're undermanned, you really have to fight. When the margin of error is really small right now, we don't have our guys. Right now, we're missing around like 65 points. Like that's hard to deal with any team. And so, people are stepping up, trying to make up for that and figure things out.
Trey, you scoring 24 points, man. You ain't know you to that.
Okay, Lex, go ahead.
You know what? He said something.
Missing 65 points.
Talking about 65 points. I get that. But the thing is that
where he getting 65 from? Because last time I checked, Jose averaged like 7 points.
You know who he's talking about.
They putting up 30 apiece.
But you know what though? It's crazy because the thing is this dude does not know how to orchestrate. Like anytime it's like this, and this is no excuse because the thing is, between Mo Wagner, Franz Wagner, and Paolo Banchero, how many points is that? Somebody tell me. I'm sorry, man.
Probably more than 65.
Okay. So y'all get where I'm getting at. Like ball movement and player movement really does work. Okay. I've seen where with the Warriors, like actually, we actually went through that. Who is out there? Steph didn't play, right? Y'all remember that when the Pelicans played them? Mm-hmm. Wiggins didn't play.
Yeah, nobody.
And guess what?
All they had was Draymond
played. And Herb and I don't think Trey was in there.
Herb and CJ played.
Okay. They did not have Wiggins. They didn't have Steph. They didn't have DeAnthony out there before he was traded. There was somebody else. They had a whole they had quite a few G Leaguers out there. Guys who didn't even get a lot of clock. You know how they won? It was the philosophy that they were playing under. One thing that I can respect about the Warriors, whether Steph is playing or not, they play the same. They play the same. Ball movement and player movement. It's hard to guard. It's hard to guard. When the ball's moving and the player's moving, it's constant movement. The defense can't get set. That's what the answer is when you don't have your guys. You have to be more dialed into ball movement and player movement. Oh, wow. Thank you, Stacey. Kuminga didn't play either, y'all. Kuminga didn't even play. And these guys beat the Pelicans with Brandon and Zion and CJ and Herb, at least for one of those games. I'm not buying that, man. I just can't get with that. And then I look at Orlando, man. Orlando is still able to win games. It may be ugly, but golly, man. I mean, they're finding ways to win. This squad can't find nothing. Finding new ways to lose.
Pretty much.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not buying we're losing 65 points. We don't have 65 points. We can't account for 65 points. You got me messed up. Because Orlando right now, 3 of their guys, they're going to be out way longer. One of the guys, he's out for the rest of the year. He tore his ACL. He ain't coming back. The other 2 got torn obliques. And I don't know the time frame with those things, but they ain't coming back no time soon. I mean, but again, it all goes back to coaching. They have a better coach. Orlando has a better coach. Henceforth, they have a better system, and they have a better flow and feel for the game. Their guys, where he's able to get their guys to work their butt off. Everybody understands their role. They have an identity. Nobody's stepping on nobody's toes. Everybody is stepping up. Everybody's dialed in to moving the ball. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing that. It's a collective effort. And that's what, kills me about all this is that, it seems like other teams with their adversity, they're able to find ways to win. They're able to not let their situation be an excuse. But the Pelicans, they keep going back to their excuses and they're hanging on to them tight. They've even convinced Herb. Herb don't sound like Herb. Trey, he don't sound like Trey. No, it's just really sad that they have this mindset and they've convinced the players that like, hey, we can't do anything. You know what, with that mentality, yeah, you can't do anything. Your mentality is horrible. Step your game up. You know what? Somebody said one time, like, do you know all these guys in the NBA at one point in time, they were the superstar on their team? Do you all realize that? Ain't that something? Yeah. All these players that are in the NBA at some point in time, whether it be in high school or college, okay, they were the star of their team. You know what I'm saying? But as the competition, gets better and everything, obviously they start to see where their talent falls and stuff. But other than that, all these guys at some point were the star of their team. I just think that's funny. And y'all telling me, yeah, we're losing 65 points. Dog, you don't remember how to play basketball? Come on.
Now when we losing 65 points, we already defeated before we go out there.
Yeah, I know. That's why they have to make
we can't do it.
Collectively step it up. Look, if everybody out there is scoring in double digits, maybe somebody like Trey, he scored what, 25 on tonight?
Nah. He had 34.
Trey
was en route. He was looked about to drop a 40 or 50 ball.
And CJ got
the second half. The second half they kind of beat him up.
Yeah, they always do that. They made adjustments.
He still took more shots though, because he got up 24 attempts. So, that's probably the most shots Trey Murphy has ever taken as a Pelican, if I'm not mistaken. So he didn't stop. I mean, even though he probably had maybe about 17 or 18 at halftime, he definitely slowed down and then keep putting them up. But he kind of, I guess, lost his heater a little bit. Like he put up some attempts, they wasn't falling like they was. They were playing them tougher defensively, and still ain't figured that out. But can't really say nothing bad about him tonight. And I don't think CJ necessarily shot him out the game, even though he started to get it going in the second half.
But Willie Green, he didn't make adjustments and run any plays, do something different to help Trey, did he?
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Because that would be too much like acting like a coach.
Right. Can't do that. That's against the rules.
I'm not going to help my players. I'm not going to help get them open. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to run no plays.
They got to figure it out. That's the off. You got to figure it out. That's the offense we run. You got to figure it out offense.
Hey, one more thing, y'all. One more thing. Remember when that statement was made, like, when a lot of, like, Trey was out, Herb was out, CJ was out. It was just like G Leaguers for us and all that stuff. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we have legitimate starters in all these places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're still not able to win no games. So do we still have G Leaguers out there?
I mean, at that point, we thought the front office would see that, hey, Maybe we need a new coach. But
I mean,
they still
but
need a little more
that was
convincing.
the
though.
narrative. We're waiting to get guys back. You
They
know,
still
got a
saying
whole
no.
bunch of
That's still the
restraints.
narrative. Like I was talking about this in the show, you missed it, but they showed a stat on the show talking about Jose Alvarado and how many wins we had with Jose versus
Gosh,
without Jose. You
that's
know, like
sad, man.
the eighth, ninth best guy on the team. You know, I'm like, come on, man. We still so
Jose,
short-handed without Jose. I like
Jose
Jose,
can
and I
definitely
think
add
he
some
impacts
energy.
winning, but that's come on, man. That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy.
Jose can't do that all by himself, man.
Like,
But
man,
you know what? Willie gonna put him out there. He gonna have Jose switching on to a big. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
he's one of
goodness.
our
He
best
surely will.
defenders.
He
Even
surely
though
will
he's like
too.
Make it
5'10", he's
make
one of our
sense.
best defenders.
He ain't 5'10". He like 5'6".
Damn.
Maybe 5'8".
For Jose?
What, he's
I
6
don't-
foot?
I want to say they say
He
6 feet, might be a little smaller than
6
that.
foot.
Yeah,
6
he
foot
may
is like
be
5'11".
smaller.
Yeah, I think he might be that, about 5'11".
Yeah,
But
you know,
he's 100% Chihuahua. You
yeah,
chew your
regular
foot off, you
size
love him.
tall guy. He's tall for regular size people,
Oh my gosh, this is just
not for
crazy.
NBA players.
I mean, Willie think that
Got
it's just
starters out there,
just
Yeah,
man.
be
and
the
we need
philosophy
Brandon
statement.
Ingram back. You know, to win who we trying to trade, but he got to be back out there
So we can trade him.
so we can win.
Right. It's just they
We
just
missing our guys.
we can't win without Zion, DC.
Yeah, that's what
That's
they
the
We
point.
can't win without Brandon Ingram either because they
That's
ain't
the
got to
point.
win since he got hurt.
I'm like, hold on, you got DeJounte back. You got Trey Murphy back again. You know, he
Yep.
left and then he came here, then he got hurt, then he came back, he got hurt, he's back.
You got
Then
legitimate starters out there, and they can't
Herb
even
back.
manage to win.
You have Herb back, you have CJ back, you have Trey back, you have DeJounte back. You know, you got these guys back, and you have way enough players to be able
Yeah,
to
you
win this
do.
game. So it's
They
no
can
waiting
win.
on the Zion
They
for
can
you.
win games.
But you hurry up and get Zion back so Zion can be under minute restriction. So I mean,
right.
so
Well, the
no,
thing is, that's not
if
the
they
thing.
if they saying that ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna fly. It's not
Yeah,
gonna fly.
it really isn't. I ain't even trying to hear about minute restriction. It's like, dog. The thing is, and then look, he'll be the first one subbed out. But the thing is, he you know, he won't get no touches. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking that stuff is funny. Like, are y'all gonna incorporate Zion into what y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
Not really, but we'll try. If he
But that's the thing.
if he
Look
can
at what
get
they
with the
doing to
offense,
Trey. Look, CJ get excited. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we up. Oh, we can do it now. Oh, let me look. Shoot, I can do it. I'll take it over and be like, dog, you weren't doing it before he got here.
CJ run a different offense from the rest of the team. He run the I gotta get mine offense. While everybody else running the we gotta figure it out because coach says so offense, CJ run
But the
I gotta
thing
get
is,
mine offense.
that Willie needs to correct that though.
He's not gonna
It's
correct
like,
He's not gonna correct that.
He ain't
yeah,
gonna do
I
it.
He
mean,
did when remember that
Willie
possession I
needs
told
to
you
be
about
corrected.
Q at halftime when he stunk everything up coming right out the half. Willie did call a timeout right after he turned that ball over. He called the timeout. So did he tell CJ something? Yeah, I guess we'll never know. Probably not, but he did call a timeout.
Man, it's the same ish, different day.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right, well, we're gonna leave it on that, fam. Listen, I'd like to thank all y'all for chiming in on this one, man. Listen, we'll be back on Friday stream. We'll open up the phone lines.
Yeah, to talk about another loss.
Big up to the fam. Actually, I think the Pelicans gonna win. We're not gonna jump into it. We're gonna actually win that.
The last 3 times you said they was gonna win, it was close games, but they lost. So it's gonna be another close game. They're gonna
Hey,
lose.
You won the last
let
time
me
you
know.
predicted a win. It's
Let
easy
me
for
ask
you to
you this.
set up there
Uh,
playing
Let me
good
ask you
calls
this
and shit.
real quick. Is Willie Green going to change his philosophy for the next game?
No.
No, they just playing the worst team, I think.
Willie
From a talent
just
perspective.
told us we gotta keep doing what we doing.
They are going
Sooner or
to
later, you're gonna get a win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Man,
about time for them
we
when they
doing.
done lost 10
the
in a row.
Wizards are
That's
going
our-
to play their butt off.
That's our trend. Trend is the Wizards, the Pelicans will beat the
They
Wizards.
are going to see barbecue chicken.
Man, that's the
And
Wizards.
I really
That's
do
still the
feel like
Wizards.
it's going to be a layup line.
They got levels to crap. You know, the Wizards, they might have beat Chicago tonight, but the Pelicans beat the Suns in early December. So, I mean, sooner or later, you'll get another Herculean effort from the Pelicans. And that definitely more than likely will happen against the Washington Wizards. The Wizards is crap too. So, I mean, they're not a perfect team. You'll see.
Yeah, but I'm looking at
they're
the
better
way
than
that they
us, so.
play. And the Wizards, they look like they playing with a whole lot more conviction than the Pelicans are.
Yeah,
That makes the world of a difference.
They better than us, so I can't really talk about them. Can't talk
And
about
I
them.
don't know, I think a guy named Jonas Valanciunas, I think he plays for that team. Usually when you're going up against a former team, I don't know. Sometimes you play a whole lot better than what you usually play.
He had a pretty solid game not long ago too. So
yeah.
All right, we're gonna step out on that. I say it's gonna be a win. I think we beat Washington on Friday. If I'm wrong, then y'all will hear from DC and Lex about that on Friday.
I think you're a very nice man to believe that they're gonna win.
Nice ain't got nothing to do with it, brother.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna call you Mr. Optimist.
Yeah.
Without the prime part.
I don't know what you saw with this team.
Only
they gonna win.
International. I'll be Mr. Optimist if DC's Mr. Internationalist. So we're gonna roll with that.
Mr. Optimist has spoken.
And he's obviously full of shit because he said the Pels are gonna win.
One love, man.
Do you see some people with a Pelicans hat saying this type of stuff? Y'all hear this? He also said Cam Reddish is a 3-level scorer. All right, so anyway, with that being said,
I said Trey Murphy a 3-level scorer.
we're gonna get out on that. Listen, I appreciate all y'all for chiming in. Y'all do us a service. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. We up in this thing. PPR represent. We'll return Friday for the recap of the Pels and Wizards game, man. We'll open up the phone lines. Y'all join us then. Much love. We're gonna holler at y'all. And shout out to the area, man. Condolences to the family members. I'm getting a lot of notifications and people sending me stuff, video footage of down the street, all kind of shit they sending me. But anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all on next one. Much love and go Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. Remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That Too.